How's that for a homestand? And it's still light out by the time the fans leave the FBC. Love that. Spurs 115-102 winners over the Hornets tonight, capping off a 5-1 homestand. San Antonio back on the road on Monday night. But look at the results on your screen. It was the thrashing of the East leading Pistons last Thursday. The 25-point comeback. Who can forget it against the Clips the following night? The double-digit blowout of the neighbors to the East over the Rockets. The win over the Celtics. Obviously, the trip up against the Nuggets on Thursday night. Victor Wembanyama didn't play in that one. He did play tonight, 32 points and 12 rebounds as the Spurs now celebrate their 17th victory in their last 19 affairs. Those teams all on your screen on this homestand figure to be right there in the playoff mix come the end of the season. Jacob Toby, Sean Elliott, who had a front row seat to it. Gentlemen, you tell me that the Spurs go 5-1 on that homestand against those teams. I think you take it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You are a very happy guy tonight.
Yeah, I am. I mean, I'm always nitpicking a little bit. You'll figure that out. And I want our guys to be absolutely perfect going into the playoffs. So, yeah, there are a few possessions here or there, but for the most part, terrific homestand. Tonight they took care of business. I love the defense and the focus on the defense there, especially in the second half on Brandon Miller,
Yes.
on LaMelo whenever he was in the game. I thought Keldon did a great job. Julian at times as well. Carter Bryant, and then, of course, Victor, who had a sensational game. I don't think he liked the way he played in Charlotte. Moussa Diabate was trying to go at him. It was a very competitive game, and Victor came out tonight and made a statement.
Yeah, he set the tone. You could see the Moose, they call him, who's usually pretty dominant down low, was not getting there tonight.
Well, he got his shot blocked early, and then Victor was solidly in control. That's your HEB inside the game where he feels the pressure, spins off of it, big-time dunk. And then these are the ones I like right there, Jacob, where he's not falling left or right. You know, he gets his feet underneath him. Beautiful pass to Steph Castle after Steph had set him up for a couple easy lobs. I like to see those guys playing off of each other.
All those highlights you just saw, guy that tall shouldn't be doing those things.
No, he shouldn't. Just absolutely
Where was
bizarre.
he made?
And we didn't even show you. Yeah, he's made in the lab. And we didn't even show you the little flip lob that he threw to Luke Kornet. That was sensational too.
French vanilla. We got a lot of French vanilla today, which we haven't really seen much of.
Yes, we did. Yeah, and I guess, Mitch trying to experiment out there a little bit. He had the luxury of a lead. He could throw both guys out there to see what it looks like, and maybe we see a lot more of that. Here it is. Here's that lob. I mean, a little touch lob from your hip from a guy over 7 feet tall. Like I say, that's AB normal.
All right, Nate, we are on the road for the next two, so we'll catch up with you when we get back.
Yeah, gentlemen, usually it's before 6 p.m. Usually this is the time our pregame show starts. The sun is still out, and we're celebrating a Spurs win. How do you guys celebrate a Spurs victory? You still got some time?
Yeah, a little dinner reservation. Going to go throw back something. I don't know what we got yet.
You got another game to catch here, Sean. You got the Wildcats in Houston here tipping off pretty soon.
My heart rate won't go above 60, Nate.
Hopefully you beat the traffic out, unlike beating the traffic in, I think.
I don't know. There's a car show. There's all kinds of stuff going on.
You probably get caught by a train or two.
My luck. It'll take me an hour to get out, but I'm not worried about my Wildcats yet. They're poised to go deep into the tournament.
Yeah, I mean, the car show, you got the Texas State tournament at the Alamo Dome. There's Night of Hoops here in San Antonio. Gentlemen, we'll catch up with you guys. I got to watch my step back, my bearings back here. We're getting free throws behind me. I got to hope these guys keep them on target. Spurs keep it on target today. French vanilla. Battle of the bigs down low. Victor Wembanyama usually doing the scoring, here doing the distributing. Luke Kornet didn't miss today. A perfect 4 for 4, 10 points. We'll be right back. A successful Military Appreciation Day at the Frost Bank Center. We asked you to share a photo of your military heroes using the hashtag Spurs Salute. And of course, in Military City, USA, you answered the bell. We thank you all for your service on behalf of the San Antonio Spurs, and San Antonio celebrating a victory tonight over the Charlotte Hornets. I can still hear the Olays coming from the concourse and the Spurs Jackals. That's how you know it's a good night at the Frost Bank Center. San Antonio finishes the homestand 5-1 as they now hit the road for the West Coast for a brief swing, but as they continue to put this league on notice as the playoffs get closer and closer. This one really was a wire-to-wire victory. Mitch Johnson at the podium moments ago.
Team went about a 5.5 minute stretch in the fourth quarter without giving up points, and that seemed to be where you took control of the game. What did you see from your group in that stretch?
I thought we settled in. The third quarter got up and down a little bit, got a little open, and they are hard to guard when the game is like that. And I thought we did a really good job of getting our defense to set, even not off of makes. Obviously, it's always easier to get organized off of makes, but I thought we did a good job getting set and just being connected and making them have to play through their counters or just that initial, shooter coming off, trying to get a look because they are so good at getting those guys looks, and then the progression to the next guys off that. They can really space you out and get you a little spread. So I thought we did a good job just being connected in that stretch and then rebounding, finishing the possession boards.
You mentioned before the game you wanted to limit paint touches so that they couldn't spray out to three-point shooters. I think they had like 30 points in the paint compared to 58 for you guys. How do you think you guys did defending the paint tonight, and how obviously Victor went into that a lot? What did you see from him tonight?
Yeah, Victor was locked in, did a good job communicating. I thought Luke was really, really good too. And we can still continue to be better on the backside, communicating to the guys in front of us that can't see the whole picture. And I think that's probably not the biggest, but one of the biggest things we can continue to take a jump on, just those guys fighting through different actions and not knowing who's maybe behind them, getting ready to set a screen or flash or whatever it may be. So the communication can be better, but I thought Luke and Victor did a great job, man in the middle, and then I thought we did a great job of fighting through screens. Like I said, they got guys that are dynamic with and without the basketball. And so, 18 assists for them and 30 points in the paint are two numbers that on the surface feel good. We'll have to look back at the tape and really dive in, but thought we did a decent job there.
Your triple-double for Victor, what did you think of that playmaking aspect of his game tonight?
It's a huge part of his growth, and I think he's really embraced that, understanding how he can dominate the game and create advantages for others, whether that's screening, passing, spacing, and, the defense at some point has to commit to taking away something, and depending on what that is or what they do, it presents him with an opportunity because he is so skilled and so dominant in so many ways.
Use that double big lineup with Luke and Victor a little bit today. It hasn't been something you've gone to an extreme amount this year, I don't think, but what went into deploying it today, and how did you think it worked?
I thought it worked well. I thought they did a good job. I think it's been something as much of circumstantial than that. I've voiced the desire. Part of it's been, again, the minutes math problem of playing them both and then getting one of their minutes spiked up too high. Part of it's having not enough reps to practice it. We're trying to be mindful of people's rest mentally, physically, and emotionally. And, it's not fair at times to do things that are great in idea, great in a conversation, but if we haven't trained and repped it out and really have clear direction of what we're looking for in certain situations, same thing with small ball. It's tough then to ask them to go out in a game like that and execute at a high level. So at sometimes I understand why, someone would be critical of my decision making, but part of it is protecting the guys and not doing something I think that they're as prepared for to the level of the accountability and standard that we're looking to play with. And I know that's a little bit ambiguous, but it's where you got to live at times.
I think people just like to see the 7-4 guy throw lobs to the 7-1 guy.
I do too.
How did Vic look to you just physically today with the ankle and everything?
I thought he was great. I thought he moved well. I thought he was in a stance. I thought he did a really good job running the floor. I thought he looked good.
Keldon moved up.
Mitch getting into depth there, talking about partnering Victor Wembanyama with Luke Kornet. Obviously French vanilla, as it's famously known in the Alamo City. But I think part of that factor as well, too, the absence of Dylan Harper. Harper held out tonight with a calf strain. Nothing serious, Mitch Johnson said pre-game. But probably some of the most minutes we've seen from Vic and Kornet on the floor together. And it pays off. Kornet with 10 points, Vic with 32. It's going to be a problem for a lot of these bigger teams come down the stretch when the Spurs are able to pair 2 7-footers in the low block. Something else Mitch just said, Steph Castle, moving well. I'd say he was moving pretty well here on this alley-oop. Moving well indeed. He was 3 rebounds away from his second consecutive triple-double. Look out below. A night in the castle. We'll be right back. Spurs going to win on Military Appreciation Day, which is technically every day here in Military City, USA. An otherworldly performance from the Spurs' most otherworldly player. Victor Wembanyama, 32 points and another double-double. Almost was encroaching on triple-double territory. De'Aaron Fox chipping in 17. Keldon Johnson, Luke Kornet with double figures off the bench. The Spurs get a half game back on the Oklahoma City Thunder. They now sit 3 back of OKC. The Thunder will host the Minnesota Timberwolves tomorrow. The need for seed down the stretch. Keldon Johnson said post-game to me that the team feels that the playoffs are getting closer. And this 6-game homestand was perfect evidence of that. Now San Antonio going to pack up and hit the road for 2 more, and it starts on Monday night, 9 p.m. That one going to be going down on Ken's 5, the late show out west. I'm told the local news will be following that performance. We'll see if the sports guy's still awake for that. Tuesday night against the Sacramento Kings on FanDuel Sports Network, right back here on your TV dial. Sacramento right now, the worst team standings-wise in the Western Conference. They got 1 game up on the Indiana Pacers on the Eastern Conference. Pacers are going to be here in this building 7 days from now. 5-1 on the homestand for San Antonio. Winners of 17 of their last 19, and that includes tonight. Victor Wembanyama has been absolutely scorched earth, averaging 32.5 points per game on the 6-game homestand. Obviously, he missed the one Thursday night. That was the only loss. Big Dave likes it. He's seen a lot of winning basketball in this city. The playoffs draw near. San Antonio stays hungry. Have a good night.